So the State of the Union is next Tuesday, as you know. Now, this is going to be the kickoff for Donald Trump's re-election campaign. This is a campaign speech next Tuesday, so understand that. Last year, about 46 million Americans watched it on television and countless others on the internet after the fact. So it's a big crew. So I expect the Democrats to pull some stuff. Already the women's militant people in Congress are going to wear white for solidarity for something, I'm not quite sure what. Maxine Waters, a radical congresswoman from California, says she's not going to show up. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez from New York says she's not going to shake the president's hand, that kind of stuff. Nancy Pelosi has got to sit right behind President Trump in the address alongside Vice President Pence. So the Republicans are going to be jumping up and down, applauding. Democrats are not going to do any of that. They're going to sit there, maybe making faces, I don't know. But I expect stunts for the State of the Union, which will make it kind of fun. See, I don't get upset by any of this because I believe this is good for the country to see how both parties behave. I think that's a good thing for you to see it. I don't get angry about it. I think that Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez is very entertaining. You know, when she says something, I pay attention. Now, there's a qualifier there. I don't take her seriously, and I'm not being sexist or supercilious. There's a good word of the day. I don't believe she understands how the government works. Surely, if she did understand that, she couldn't possibly be proposing her economic views. I mean, if Medicare for All passed in Congress and was signed by a sitting president, the country would go bankrupt and the economy would crater and there might be a depression. Certainly a recession, no doubt about that. Might be a depression. The unintended consequences of bankrupting the entire United States of America are staggering. And every economist knows you can't impose any more government spending than you have now. And taxing the rich and taking their houses and clothes and cars isn't going to come near paying for Medicare for all. Look, I have Medicare. I worked for it. I contributed to it. I paid into it. Same thing with Social Security. Paid into it. No free ride. And now the far left, oh, everybody's got a human right to health care. I don't think you have a right, a constitutional right to health care. I think that the system has to be set up in a fair way. There has to be government oversight. But I don't think the government should pay for everybody's health care. That's not what the founding fathers intended. If they intended that, they would have done it. Okay. So the Democrats, after the president gives his speech, will have theirs. Stacey Abrams, the woman who ran for governor of Georgia and was defeated, is going to give their address. She's 45 years old. I don't know what she's going to say, but I'm looking forward to hearing her. I don't know much about Stacey Abrams. And I'm going to listen with an open mind, and I'll analyze her speech fairly. But I know why she's there. Because the Democratic Party is doing identity politics. So we'll have the Hispanics, and we'll have the African Americans, and we'll have the Jewish Americans, and we'll have whatever it may be. And we'll add them all up and we'll win. We don't want the white guys, unless they're in Hollywood, unless they're Steven Spielberg or somebody. All right, so I'm looking forward, for one of the few times in my long career, to the State of the Union address.